but if you're subscribed, then you don't have the issue. Okay, let's close that off. Okay, I'm going to promo video now, and then I'll jump into the introductions. So a good evening. Microphone is on. Good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back. Soccer racing is happening once again here on a Wednesday night. It is season 2, proudly brought to you by NAG, and it is the qualifiers this evening. In the comms box, I would like to introduce, who doesn't really need an introduction, but Mr. Alan Patterson. Good evening and welcome. A little rough start there for us. Our cameras did not seem to want to turn on.
Hey Dylan, thanks very much. Yep, it's great to be here with you on the Soccer Discord and the soccer community, and looking forward to the season 2 of your GT3 series, and coming to you tonight from Hungaroring, a challenge all on its own.
And the challenge is exactly what the drivers have said. Why did we choose this track? And the reason we choose this track is because we don't like things easy at soccer.
Yeah, you've got to have a challenge. You've got to prove your worth, and this track will certainly separate the men from the boys.
So I've just seen a message from Mr. Tyler Scott. How's it, Tyler? Thank you very much. Just saying Alan was a little bit soft. We have adjusted that. So Tyler, if you could just confirm. But there we go. That does look like it's way better.
Good. Thanks for the update there, Tyler.
So format for this evening is we have got 2 groups. Each group is required to do a 15-minute qualifier. We then take the average across all three, and that is the qualifier, and we're splitting the team or the groups up into a pro, the top 20, and 21 will go into a pro-am.
So that's our numbers for tonight. We're looking at a good turnout. A couple of people missing. I believe you said there were a couple of guys that said they were traveling and they couldn't make it. But we're still going to have a very competitive field here between pro and pro-am respectively. And a lot of familiar names and a couple of new names, Dylan.
And I suppose that's the beauty about you understanding some of the drivers at Raceface, knowing some of the guys at LNR, but here at Sarco, some drivers that would just drive here.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of new names here that I'm not aware of, but I have seen them at some of the other communities, and it goes to show the tightly knit bunch of communities, but the drivers do kind of spread themselves around and go and race in the various different series and in the different communities themselves. But I recognize the likes of Mr. Chris Heineke, Muad Musa, Sean Loureiro, Ruan Heineke, and a good couple of others. So it's good to see some familiar names here, and Jason Farmer, who I just recently had a huge fight within the Raceface Discord. That was a heck of a series.
Yeah, and that it was, and it kind of came down to yourself, Sean, and Farmer, as we like to call him here at Sarco. Exactly. But you did manage to take that championship in the end there. Just a quick note here, Justin Lotus in his Ferrari, a 143.9. Justin, actually one of our champions, and he was our first arrive and drive champion here at Sarco.
That's incredible. And as you say, look, long-time racer coming from other communities with a very strong backing and support, but has always been quick, has got quicker through time and with support from his other drivers. So good to see he's out there and right up at the sharp end of the stick straight away. I'm sure the likes of his teammate, I'm trying to see what I can see here. I'm looking at myself at the moment. What's his name? Justin's teammate.
So so he is part of the Alpha One Esports team.
One, yeah.
There is Reno is one of the Alpha One drivers that has come back this season. Currently up on screen is Morris Bortma, so currently 5th for this qualifier. One of the Pro-Am drivers who missed the pro spot by 0.02 of a second. That put him in 23rd place and unfortunately qualified him in Pro-Am. But an automatic qualification for him into Pro. So we are only going to have 16 drivers looking for a 20 field in Pro this evening.
Sure. It's super close. I was trying to tell you his teammate, Mr. Sunjan Pillay, who should also jump up there if he's on the track. I'm not sure. I haven't seen his name yet.
I have seen a Sanjan. Okay. He is currently sitting in the pack, so that would put him Group 2. See Justin going down a 43.4, so the times are definitely dropping. Tyler Humphreys in his Angry Racing Porsche, 44.0 there for him. So still some time to find with half the qualifying now done and dusted.
Yeah, indeed. 7 minutes and counting, 7.5 minutes and counting. This is the first round of qualifying for Group 1, as you said, and a good selection of names. You also see on YouTube Chris Heineke. How are you, Chris?
So that was Tyler actually having a go on the inside of Terry Wilfred there. You can see just jumping back, so a little bit of a race here, but 146.0 for Terry has him currently in 13th position.
Terry Wilford, who we were chatting about earlier from the V8 modifieds and the real track racing circuits in South Africa, correct?
Yep, 100%. So Terry, a long main circuit driver here on the South African scene, and has actually done a few little sessions in the F400 series that I race in myself.
And you said he started originally here at SARCO way back when.
Correct. The first time that myself and Terry had a conversation was when he phoned me the day before COVID and say, I need a steering wheel, I need a PlayStation, what do I need to do?
How awesome is that, man? Gee, great stories, really. Yeah, that's amazing.
So,
right, watching.
Just some new drivers that I haven't met that have currently joined, and I see there's actually a message here from Chris Hanna saying, all good, Alan. Nice hearing your voice on comms again.
Thanks, Chris.
And a Craig Wesley joining, saying, go Rob. And I'm pretty sure he's screaming for Rob Vanderheever. But here's the only Rob there. But now I've lost my train of thought. Oh, yes, I'm back. So Tinus Buerta, one of the drivers that is going to be joining here in the SARCO season, another driver who has joined us before, as well as Mark Henneberry. I hope I got that right, Mark. If not, please correct me. I know that for a long time I was calling Kwan, but we've fixed that. And then Louis Spies, a new driver that has joined us as well.
Yeah, Mark Henneberry, he's been around as well and raced a good couple of seasons here and there. So great to see him here. Sean Lorero, as you mentioned already, LT Racing, very thick here. You can see the team build-up is mega with them. But the Project Vapor boys are here in full strength as well. Aidan Russell, Andres Arodio, Charles Darden, etc. And then Isham and Moad Musa, who are going to be super quick, as we discussed earlier, in their BMWs.
And Andres Arodio, we know him for that red Lamborghini. And here at SARCO, he is known as the comeback king. He has probably had the most, I'd say, unlucky seasons here at SARCO, with little knocks here, little knocks there, and having to work himself through the field. I don't think there has been one race where Andre was able to go with the pack and then just fight for the top. It's always been this grind for him to try and get back in the points.
Got you. I'm going to ask you, if you don't mind, just get your the game screen up for me, because I'm still not seeing anything yet.
That's what I was trying to
all good
figure out for you. There we go.
Nope. Sorry.
Yeah, it hasn't come up yet.
No. We'll get there. We're just ironing out some teething problems here, ladies and gents. Great to have you all joining us on the YouTube channel. And please, if you can, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up button. It'll help for the community to grow, and subscribe as well, please.
And you saw how early we got onto the stream. And made sure that everything was 100%.
We did.
Yet we go live and there's always that something that's missing.
Well, there we go. At least we've got it now. Stunning looking livery on the McLaren here. Flip van Sales car. And I must say, this is a nice livery. Good to see a lot of the guys putting some effort into the paint jobs and the liveries this season, Dylan.
Yeah, and I must say that it's actually Sean Lorero who designed this LTR McLaren livery for the guys. And one of the prizes that Sean has most graciously offered is a livery to...
A custom livery.
We're not going to say the winners, because we understand that the winners are right up there, but for a person who could do with a livery, I should say.
Yes, a deserving winner who needs a new livery.
There we go. So another driver we haven't seen is Matthew Wadeley. Hope I've got that right there, Matthew. coming in, joining us. Currently 13th, up 13 places from where you started on the grid. That doesn't really matter for us right now. But a 145.8, currently 8th place with 2 minutes left to go. And top of the charts at the moment, Justin Lotus on a 143.4 and what's that? 1.25 off him is Tyler Humphries and Andres Rodeo in that BMW.
Super close. Again, what we were saying off air earlier about how close the top 10 or 15 are going to be. So we're kind of monitoring at the moment. We had in unofficial practice about 11 or 12 cars within a second, and we're just about there at the moment. So Justin Lotus putting in a great time there. He's very comfortable around Hungaroring. But yeah, a few other names here, as you said. All right, Andres Radio, we are expecting to see there. Jason Farmer's there, Flip van Sales there. So the usuals, let's put it that way, the usuals are there. But Isham Domingo languishing down in 11th. I expect he should be going a little bit quicker shortly.
And as I jumped on Isham, he moved up to 6th places, and I chose Stephen Kutsia, so thanks for that, Isham. But yes, these guys definitely do have a nice little flair in terms of their liveries that they put on the vehicle, and I think that's Isham now just jumping out of that. But this is the beauty about where we're currently at, is Andres Rodeo currently on the last corner, coming in our turn number 14. This will be, is it going to be quicker, is it going to be slower? So slower, unfortunately, so he does not improve. Justin out on his last lap now as well, through turn number 14. Still looking for that 143 is the quickest time from him so far. Crossing the line, 143.2.
Yep.
So
very good time there.
Absolutely a stonker of a time there. So Matthew Wadidi going into the pits. Marco Bezada notes the one and only Alexis out, not improving his time. We got Jean-Dre, we know him as Frankie.
And
we actually did have a close look at this livery, and we might need to just get a little close up of that roof, because both myself and Alan had a little bit of a chuckle.
Indeed, it was a good looking livery.
So Frankie, he does go quicker, puts him up into his 17th place.
17th.
Atipino, you can see all green sectors there for him, and a fastest lap, previous lap, 14th there for him. Coming out of turn number 14, has moved up 1 place from where he would have started. And crossing the line slower, so he will remain there in 14th. Next, Flip van Zyl aborting that lap and going into pits. Tyler, faster last lap, 143.3. So that is 0.005 is the gap between him and Justin. I don't know if it doesn't sound like this is a faster lap. He looks like he has.
No, he looks like he's crawling. I think he's bailed on this one.
So Tyler's previous lap there was a 33.6. He did a 33.3. So and now we move on to a group number 2. And so far, the top 4 are separated by just over 0.9 of a second. Justin's lap and Tyler's lap were absolutely incredible.
Rockets. Yeah. Top speed. Hey, Sunjan Pilla on the YouTube. How's it, buddy? Welcome. Good to see you here, and I'm sure you guys are going to be super quick here. But as you say, rolling out now is Group 2 for their quali sessions, and was good to see Alexis out there, I must say. And in this group, I think we saw a Honda as well as one of the Audi R8s.
That is correct. So that is Brandon dos Santos, who is in the Audi. And I see that he has gone with a green car, driving under the numbers. Jason Farmer in the chat there saying, hey guys, difficult quali this. This is the way we like it.
Under the cosh there, Jason. Yep. It's not going to be easy.
There's just something so surreal about that engine sound. It does take me back to when I did a season in the Audi R8 with my former teammate Jakes, and his PSID was actually Jakes Fatikaki.
I remember seeing that somewhere, actually. I do. I remember that.
So myself and Jakes, we won the team championship in the Audi R8, so it definitely does bring back great memories.
Good.
Andrew Brogioni was just jumping around earlier on, but it looks like his line is settled down a bit, so he is currently out on track. One of the few Astons that are out on track for the season, and I must say that if I had to choose, I did have done quite a few seasons in the 296, but I think I would go Aston Martin this time around.
Interesting. I've switched and decided to throw the Lamborghini in the dustbin, and I've gone across to Ferrari for a season. So it just makes sense from a team perspective to work and develop on one car. Where last season we were kind of all in different cars. This, I believe, in 17th place is Leon de Villiers. He's running one of the Honda NSX Evos for HBR Racing.
And if that's the case, he is going to be getting a major balance of performance, because we do run the LFM balance of performance here at Sarko. So if that is the Evo, he is going to be well... I can't really say gifted, because you're not gifted, but he is definitely getting a little bit of an advantage back. Benefit, there's the word I was looking for.
There we go. Yeah, look, it was the next question. I kind of reminded myself to raise it, and I forgot to ask you if you're running the LFM Bopsies and settings. But that's cool. It at least gives us a wider variety of cars on the track. We've already seen earlier there was a Lexus out there. The Audi R8 Evo 2's out. There's a few Ferraris, there's a few BMWs and Porsches. No Mercedes, no Lambo, no Bentley, unfortunately. And then the rest is made up of McLarens. So we still got a good 5 or 6 brands here, and it should provide some very interesting racing.
And just with Sarko being the home of the LTR racing team, you'll see that they were very, very Ferrari dominated last season, but there have been some of the drivers that are now pulled away from the Ferrari are driving in the McLaren, but still there's still a good mix. So the guys are developing the cars together, they're setting them up with their so-called direct buddies who they would race with in the endurance series that are all around, but it is nice to have that mix. It is Morris Bortma, however, who is one of the LTR drivers who does stick around in the Porsche, but he is the only one doing that, so it does make his endurance races a little bit interesting.
Yeah, as you broke away from that Ferrari was going around. That was car number 8 we were watching just now, I think Ruan Heineke. But that'll certainly be a challenge for that man if he decides to stay in the Porsche. It's set. Oh, he's going. He got very sideways there.
This is the beauty about live TV and a replay. There we go. Oh, you just managed to catch it.
I don't know what that is. You can.
That's Frankie.
That.
That's Frankie.
Oh, is that Frankie? Okay, good.
Yeah. Oh,
that is
there we go. So just as I was about to say, David going quickest, it is
St. John.
St. John then goes quicker.
Oh, and now Farrell.
Now David Farrell goes quicker.
Chopping and changing, so that's a good thing.
43.9 there for 43. Yo, I got myself confused. 43.39 there for David.
43.
And 43.5 for St. John.
So the Alpha 1 e-racing team right up there as expected. And this is the Group 2 round with also the same team up at the top in Group 1.
So is there going to be quite Alpha 1 Esports dominated at the top there? So I'm just having a little laugh here to myself. Louis Spess has come up and saying Sector 2 is giving me a proper buck slap.
It is, eh? That is on this track. That is not easy for sure. So I can totally relate, Louis. It's very difficult there, man.
Gerard Pretorius, one of the LTR drivers, making a comeback, and it's actually Gerard and Rob van der Heever, who we saw earlier on in group number 1. These two drive in a team together. But the man of the moment, who I've been waiting for to see how he's going to be competing, is Mohammed Musa. And the fact that he now has Andres Rodio in a BMW means that they're going to be able to work this BMW even harder than Mohammed was doing on his own, which for me
100%
makes it very, very interesting.
And input as well coming from Isham as well. So there's a bunch of them. Aiden Russell's also in the BM with Andres Aradia. So 4 of them of the 5 in the same car. It helps to develop the car. I understand that everybody's got different ways and techniques of driving, but still, if you all kind of shooting in the same direction, it should all get there a lot quicker. As we see Tinus Botha here for hybrid racing, and he is out and going currently in the McLaren in 6th.
Yeah. As you say that, it gets dropped down to 7, and it is hybrid racing. Tinus, we got it fixed. It's not hybrid racing.
Yeah, hybrid.
We've got it. Hybrid. Thank you.
Thanks, Jason. Great to see you here. And I've decided to take a break. I'm not doing anything on Wednesday nights, and I couldn't turn down an offer from Dylan. So here we go. Top commentating, and hopefully we'll bring you good coverage and good topics of discussion for the entire season.
So Sean Herrero is still not quite finding his pace there. You can see 152.4, and there's only 6 minutes left of the session, so we are expecting him to move a little bit further up. Frankie's saying he wishes there was an Opel manufacturer in ACC. That would be lacquer. But that car is damaged. That's why Sean is not...
Yeah, the front of the Ferrari, and I think the bonnet's also slightly ajar. So I think and there he goes, he's going to pull it off. Now that bonnet's loose, so I think he's T-boned something or hit a tire wall somewhere. And that's not helping Aero, so... Okay, he's not pulling it off.
Unless it's just getting out of the way. It looks like he's doing a little bit of a warming up of the tires. Let's see who else is coming to the end of the laps, because now as we get to these last final minutes, it is going to be absolute panic stations. Yusuf Musa, the youngster who was one of our console racing drivers, moved over about 2 seasons ago, so he is back racing. Was in the BMW last season. It looks like he's made that change to the Ferrari, and I don't think that was a bad choice there for him.
Any relation, Dylan?
Absolutely none.
Gee, okay. Glad we got that sorted out.
There were some questions regarding Mohammed Musa being the father.
Okay.
But it is actually Ahmed Musa who is the father.
Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, so we glad we got that out of the way. But Yusuf Musa is a big Mohammed Musa fan.
I'm sure he is. Who isn't?
Well, Mohammed Musa is a previous Sarko champion.
There we go. Man's got a reputation to uphold.
And the interesting thing is that for the last 4 seasons, we have had different winners. We've never had a back-to-back winner.
That's what you were saying off air. You've had a different winner for each season, which goes to show it's not a domination type series with individual and new teams and new drivers taking a win for each season.
And what I think contributes to that is because we have the mixed formats within the season. So next week, when we go into round 1, we're doing the 25-minute sprint races. The week after that is the 60-minute 2 pit stop races, so it's kind of like that mini endurance. Then the last race in the terms of the format is a 75-minute race, where with 1 mandatory pit stop. So you get to essentially pick your strategy for each of the different races, and I think that's what has attracted different drivers, different things to come in, and there are so many things that can change from race to race.
Exactly. And obviously with the different tracks affecting the cars and the performance, it should make it a very close, exciting affair with different cars. Just following up with Stefan Veyes on the YouTube shouting for Let's Go Hot Boy Racing, which that answers what HBR Racing is.
Ah, there we go.
We learn it every day. Now the Ferrari is going out again with the damaged nose. I don't understand this tactic.
No, so it looks like Lucas was in the pits. He came out, so I think it just might be that damage glitch that hasn't fixed itself. But with 2 minutes 29 to go, we are running out of time here. Because as I'm looking at some of the drivers, we're still waiting to see some faster times here. So Sanjan Pillay, he's still on a 43.3, which according to my calculations has him third currently.
43.4. That was his quickest, 43.4. But Muad Musa's up there now, also 43.8. Chris Heineke, a 44.1. So all the usuals are now getting into the low 44s and high 43s as we expected earlier. Sean Loureiro is still struggling down in 8th. Mark Hennebury in 9th, but still Farrell up at the top with, I think it's a 43.3, I think. And he's kind of called it. He's sitting in the pits, and that's the best that he can do.
So Mohat slower that lap with 1 minute 26. So that's gonna be the end of that. And Johan VDV pulling into the pits. Some of you might know him as Toki. We know him as Johan. We know him as VDV. We know him as Toki. Talks. All of the above apply.
That Ferrari. Sean's Ferrari is absolutely wrecked. So is this one.
Yeah, it has to be some sort of glitch. Well, sorry, go for it.
Yeah, Sean's up into 8th, by the way, so that did improve for his time. A 144.3, I think it is. Just I'm blurring out a bit on the screen, but he's definitely improved. I think it's the youngster Musa who's in 10th place. Or have I got that right? Yes, Muad Musa 5th. That's right.
Yes. So Yad Musa, Yusuf Musa up. That's 44.9 there for him. And I will tell you that Sanjan Pillay is actually on a flyer here, and the reason being because I'm looking at his current lap, and on my timing, he is purple.
Right, here we go. Cameras now picked him up. Alpha 1 Esports is the new green and black liveries. Cars look very distinctive, and Sunjin is hammering it as he goes through the first sector. And he, as you say, has got a green first sector there. And we'll see how he gets along as he goes round.
So that sector should be updating as he goes through here now. Oh, that was green, you're right.
Yeah. So into the middle sector already. He's through the... this is like what's commonly known as the snake section. It's pure timing that you've got to get. One corner leads towards the next corner. But I know Sunjin, I've had a few races with him here, and he's also very quick around here. So we should see him come through the second sector very shortly. There he is. Just waiting for the screens to update there. So no more time left. This is it. If he's going to make anything happen now, this is his chance. Currently on a 43.4, and he's chasing. He's looking for 100th, basically.
And I've got him purple on 100th right now as he comes through the last corner. Let's go. Up 0.2, up 0.3, 2, 3, and it's flicking between 2 and 3. Where does that put
It's
him?
done. It's done.
Oh, he got it.
He did.
43.2. 43.2, which means that... Oh, it's just switched over. But
It switched over straight away.
he did get that that 43.2, so he has slotted himself in between Tyler Humphreys and Justin Lotus.
Should be able to go and look at that quickly on the YouTube.
So if ever there was a die-hard moment that was required, that was it right there. Absolutely fantastic lap there for Sanjan Pillay.
From what I can see, he went quicker than Farrell, and he went to number 1.
Yes.
Okay. Right. Who's on the track now? What is this?
So now we go back to a group
Group 1.
1, and it is now the second, their second session.
And this is happening, did you say 3 times or only 2 times?
3 times.
All right. And then you take the average of those 3 runs to get your official quali time.
That is correct.
Good. Watching Jason Farmer as he goes out and around for his first flying lap, or out lap at least. Hungaroring, just FYI, 1985 it was created and opened for its first race in 1986. It was a good couple of years ago, 37 years.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which actually seems like it's still very young for a track.
It does, I also think like that. It's like 86, it's like just the other day, but
like,
you know.
86, I'm 7 years older than the Hungaroring.
Exactly. Hungarian Grand Prix track from 1986 to present. 14 corners, majority obviously right-handers, as you can see, but we've seen some very interesting and competitive races here.
So we'll get a little on board from Morris. You can see nice and tight, very patient to get that power on. You can hit this curb on the inside, but just be careful not to go too wide, else you will be caught out by the track limits. Then one of the most deceiving corners in, but you can get lots of curb on the inside there. You don't run too wide because there are track limits and you've got to be patient again. Looks like that front of that Porsche just didn't hook up. Maybe just not getting those tires up to temp, but now down into first gear is where I like to short it into second to try and not get that wheel spin over the bump. Little lift off, turn in, back on the power, then again tap for the brakes, get the nose turned in on the power nice and early, get the car rotated, again run off there. You can go flat through here, a little downshift, no brakes, get the car turned in, and it's one of those corners that you actually can carry quite a bit more speed than you expect. Then hard on the brakes, down into second gear, up on the curb, watch the exit. The limit there is pretty tight. Now the corner that just seems to go on forever and ever and ever. Then as you get it back onto the power, make sure you keep in the traction. I see Morris goes nice and tight, a little bit of that understeer as he tries to get that nose pitched in, as Jason Farmer does a 44.6. Morris will cross the line, and that puts him 44.7.
Yo. Super close. Emily Bentz. Oh, Terry Wilford throws himself into third. Steenkamp fourth, and we wait for the rest of the field. There they come. Isham Domingo into third place, and Flip van Sail straight up to the sharp end, a 144.4. So it's going to close up as they start putting laps in. Another interesting fact about this track, they do not have official corners. It is simply known T1 to T14. So a very simple process to remember where you are. It's watching Flip van Sail here as he's going around T2 and heading to the fast right-hand T3 kink. And now towards the little kink to the left, this is where a little drama happened a few years ago with the South American driver. I forget his name now for Ferrari, but he was racing for
oh yes,
heck, I've forgotten a lot of things with Jenson Button, man. Braun GP. There we go.
Ah, there we go. Well done. So it's just as about to say, Justin, purple sector there for him. He hasn't. Ashton, thanks so much. He has subscribed to the channel.
Awesome. Well done, man. Yep, Justin Lotus exercising and flexing his muscles and doing a 43.5. Here's the Lexus of Mr. Bezuidenhout, Marco Bezuidenhout. Good to see a Lexus back up and out there and thundering around. Also makes a very nice sound.
And also gets the benefit of a very, very... What is it word I'm looking for?
Beneficial. BOP.
No, I didn't want to use beneficial. I wanted to use something else. If you give something willingly, it is... It'll come to me.
Yeah, okay. We'll get it just now.
So a 43.3 for Justin. Which still has him a couple of tenths off Sanjin, as well as his previous section. Now, what we have found, and we're definitely going to put this to the test, and it will go into this beautiful graph when we publish everything, is generally, majority of the guys do their fastest time in their first session. Because then what happens is the second one is generally slower, and then the third one, people are trying so much harder that they actually make a duff of it. And that's what we're finding as a majority. There are some that will go better as the evening goes, but that just shows that you haven't really put in your practice.
Yes.
Because you're getting better and better and better. But for those who have done countless times, I promise you now, we're going to look at the times and you'll see that majority will have done their best time in the first session.
Okay. Let's see if you're telling the truth there or if it's a bunch of porkies. Tyler Humphries, as he arrives at the end of the main straight in the Porsche.
So 43.5 there for him. So he's still 0.2 off his fastest lap time.
Look just behind there. Andres Herodia in 3, Isham Domingo in 4. So they're all there. All the hitters are hitting right now.
Yo, that car changes direction so well here. Oof, that might have been wide.
Oh, and he does. I think you were right. He's abandoned that lap. Commentator's curse. It wasn't me, it was Dylan.
We don't believe in commentators' curse.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It's true. It's totally true.
Rob van der Heever, he's currently in 8th place with a 144.5. The reason I'm here is because from here to Justin, it's just over a second. Between 1st and 7th place is separated by a second. And the person in 7th place is Jason Farmer, who has unfortunately gone slower that time round. Andres Rodeo showing that he has gone slower, so maybe just a little bit of congestion as they come to, that's the beginning of the track, so that's going to be even trickier to convert this lap time. Because
sorry.
Oh, there we go. That's what I was seeing, as a slower car on track.
On track. Did you watch the movie Gran Turismo?
I did.
Okay, so I'm sure those with a very trick and picky eye will have recognized that this track was used for a lot of the footage in the Le Mans racing scenes.
I can correct you, is that it was the Bugatti version of Le Mans. So they were in Le Mans, but they were on the MotoGP version of that track, but they weren't in the Hungary ring.
We can have this debate off air.
Okay, perfect.
I'll find some pictures and show you the last couple of corners. The T12, T13, T14 S-bends are in that movie, which is from this track. And I believe it was just a cheaper. They got a better filming deal at this track than at the official Le Mans track.
So we are definitely going to compare notes.
We'll do that.
And then I can counteract that because those S's are on the Bugatti track, and the reason they couldn't put it on the total track is because that is an all-day, everyday road.
Yes. On the YouTubes, Tina Sport is asking, has anybody managed to see what Noords looks like after the first sector? Because he hasn't managed to get there yet.
And we were discussing this earlier on. Say, how many laps did it take before you actually got a valid lap?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, every community, every driver in every community is they're all aliens up until the first sector. Thereafter, no one knows what's going on.
And for those who did the Gran Turismo side of the world, is that part of you getting your license is you got to do each and every different sector of the Nordschleife to get your essentially the last racing license.
Okay.
And some of my challenge is I've have the PlayStation background, but then I've also got the Project Cars version, and it's just a little bit off, and I kept finding myself on the same section committing where there should have been a little bit of break.
Well, at least you managed to get it complete. I did. It did take me almost 2 complete hours worth of aborting and restarting, but I also managed to get a lap in. But it's ridiculous how quick the international guys. I was watching Jadia earlier, and he was in a race doing 8:06s. So
what?
Yeah, I'm 30 seconds away from that. And,
yes, I'm quite comfortably 30 seconds away from that as well.
Indeed. Tina's saying he's lost himself on the track.
Just a quick update is Justin Lotus still fastest on a 43.3, which is still slower than his first stint.
2 minutes and 40 seconds and counting. So we're coming down to literally the last lap or 2 laps. Justin Lotus now starting a quick lap as we just quickly jump to Ulrich de Jager.
Yeah, we are going to be rapid firing these guys now. And this is one of my favorite things about coming to the end of qualifying. So Ulrich there, he's puts himself 10th. That's a 44.6 there for him. Louis Spies, does he improve? No improvement there for him. Now this is where it's going to get quick. Stefan Kutsia, does he go quicker? No, he doesn't. Next up in the chain, Stefan Morris Botma. 44.6 for him, so he hasn't gone quicker. 44.5, so he doesn't progress. Flip van Sale. See Craig Earcoat on the chat saying, how's it, Oaks? Mr. Earcoat, good evening. I trust you're well, sir. I thought you're going to be coming back. Ooh, check at that. Is that Mazi van Dorno in the background there? Let's just see if we get a jump from him. No, that was not Mazi van Dorno. That was Emily Benz, who unfortunately did not get quicker there. Atipino, he crosses the line now, so faster lap there for him, but he stays in 15th place. Justin Lotus, his current laps are 5:46, so maybe he's been doing some tire prep, looking to get this last lap off, or did he come out of the pits? Andres Rodeo, 1:43.1. So that,
yes, that is
Mr.
good.
Patterson, is officially the fastest time that we have got calculated today.
In the second session, yes?
Well, currently out of all. Andres has now gone quicker.
Yeah, 143.135. Justin Lotus not far away though, 143.302. We're currently watching him, and he is on an official lap. So we'll see as he goes through the sectors if he goes any purple sectors or closes in on that Andres Radio time.
Oh, that's Frankie going a little bit wide there. I'm sure he'll jump out of that. Donnie Steenkamp. The bagel run. That's pretty cool. So let's see if he's able to... Oh, Jeff's bagel run. I was actually asking him what Jeff's bagel run is all about. So he crosses the line. Does he improve? Yes, he does. So that actually puts him up into 13th place. Frankie crawling there. Ati through the last corner. 15th place currently. 146.1. Cross the line 145.3. That puts him up into 14th place. All eyes on Mr. Lotus.
Here we go through the final turn. Is it? Isn't it?
Ooh,
it's not.
It isn't, but a fastest last sector.
Yeah.
So Jason Farmer, the last of the drivers currently on track, keeping the session alive.
Hey, Mr. Dillon, when you get a chance, just send you a little private message, a little DM there.
Fantastic. So now into the last corner is Jason Farmer.
There we go. He did get a quick first sector, but I don't know how much he's carried through, and he's terminated. He finished 7th there.
Yeah, it was a 44.3 there for him on that lap.
Yep.
Just managed to see that.
Right.
So the man there was Andres Rodeo on a
Andres Rodeo.
143.134.
Right, Group 2 out for their second quali.
I just slapped my cat on her head, didn't even realize that she was here.
It's a shame, man. Cruelty to animals. Dixon Hankan on YouTube. Hope I didn't kill that one. Aware, ladies and gents, how you all doing?
Aware. So
He's
Craig
part-time.
he was one of the the Pro-Am drivers that was fighting Marius Botma for the championship. And Craig made an absolute hash of the last race. And gave that championship away.
I think you need to move us off this car because we're watching a car
I keep going. You know when you get yourself in one of those loops and you keep pushing the button, Not that button, Dylan.
The other one, dude.
The other one,
good.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, Chris, my man Heineke of Slick Racing, and he's slowing up the field and just trying to create himself. Is it?
Sorry, Craig. There you say hashtag I hate Kota. Nothing like a double points at Kota to ruin your season, eh, Craig? Oh goodness. So Diction Handcan saying, does anyone play F123? We do, just not often. We're very, very ACC focused here. Dixon?
Dylan.
Yes.
Mr. Cameraman. I don't understand this. It seems like every single car that we see seems to be carrying damage. This is Chris on his first flying lap. Now go back there.
Yeah, I was going to go look at someone else quickly.
That Porsche's, the whole front of his Porsche is all scraped up and damaged, so...
I thought it might have been a Ferrari thing as well.
No, that one looks good now.
It's not.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to Chris.
I mean, look at the front of his car.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. It's that one. Yeah.
Look at that. I mean, jeepers, that looks like he's hit a tire barrier nose first, but It's just weird. I don't know. Maybe we are suffering a little bit of a game glitch here, but we saw this earlier with the Ferrari. I wouldn't have thought Chris would have even tried to put in a quick lap if the car was damaged, but he's out there and he's going, so let's see what happens.
Yeah. So what I'm finding very interesting is, that is not the car I was looking for, is that the guys are getting very, very close to each other. Oh, there we go. Sanjin crosses the line of 44.0. There we go. Mr. Ahmed Musa has joined, saying new season and all excited, ready to go. Thanks again to Dylan and the soccer team. Only a pleasure. Ahmed, thank you for coming and supporting Yusuf this evening.
Excellent. Yusuf Musa still in 9th, 46.2. So they're taking their time in the second group here to start getting quick, but give it a while. Still a lot of people in the pits, as you can see. Sunjaneva 44.0, so he is a micron away from going into the 43s. Ruan Heineke right there. Sean Loureiro also right there. Mark Henneberry.
With a 44.6 there for him.
Yeah.
So 0.7 for him to find there. But anything can still happen. So
well,
you
yeah,
know that Justin, as one of my little case studies, did go slower, but then Andres Rodeo went faster.
Okay.
So Tinus Buerta being chased by Marius Bothma. You're going to have to get used to not getting yourself tongue twisted there. It's actually such a silly place to put a freaking banner, because the camera goes right onto that.
I think it was Chris.
Yeah.
In the Porsche.
Yes, it is Chris in the Porsche, not Marius. But I'm thinking about Marius Bothma and Tinus Buerta. We have to be very careful, because a few times I've said Marius Buerta and he's like, it's Bothma, there's an M in there.
Bothma.
But you only get it wrong once, and then
yes.
It's like Ryan Ottens. And it wasn't even Ryan that corrected me, it was Ryan's wife that corrected me. Andre Hildebrandt. I don't know how I missed him from the first session, but here we go. Andre is here. And
47.6.
Yeah, 47.6. I'm sure he will get a little bit quicker, moving up the order. There's just been some crazy overtakes on some of the YouTube shorts that we have got going, where Andre's been involved in some of them. And that is one of the things that we do like to do, is just show some of those moments of brilliance, and we share it to everyone. Ooh. So, and as I say, moments of brilliance, we move on. And there's Sean
with the broken car.
With his broken car.
And I mean, it's severely broken, as in that whole nose is tilted over to the left. It's most weird. Very strange.
Something is definitely not kosher with that.
Why are so many people still in the pits, like Emily and
it's the different
Jason.
Groups.
Okay. Oh, right, that's right. Sorry. I keep on forgetting that. They all stay in the same. Oh,
and the reason we do that is just to give 20 cars enough space on track to go and do a qualifier, because to try and qualify with 40 cars does make the life a little bit tricky.
Plus, you're throwing shade on everybody when they're out qualifying, because everyone else is sitting in the pits eating popcorn and watching.
And watching, exactly. Yeah. And all that does is it just creates additional anxiety, additional stresses, and that's
a hot box of pressure.
There we go.
Dixon, what is the safety rating for this competition?
There isn't any. If you go and I was going to say, just drop us a message. We'll send you the details to the Discord, and we can get you in and racing within the next week. There is no, because I see, can I join? Do I have to pay to join? No, you do not. We would love you to come and join us. So, Sanjan Pillay, 43.21. So he is going faster than his previous one.
Yeah. Sanjan, Ruan, and Sean Lorero all in the 43s now.
And he is purple, so he's going to go quicker. 43.15.
150.
Didn't quite hook up that last sector, so there is still time there for him.
Yeah.
Could we see a 42? Is that even possible?
I guess so. Although, I mean, that's 2/10 away from where they are now. That's like, it's a big jump.
Oh, let's see if I can actually check here. What is his fastest? So I'm just looking at Sanjan's, the fastest sector. Okay, so it's saying that his potential, if everything gets hooked up together, is unfortunately a 43.13. So that 42 may not quite be on the cards. Ruan Heineke, 43.7 there for him.
Dixon also asking if we do weekends and other things. He's on a console.
So we do have weekend stuff. Dixon, unfortunately, we are on PC. We have unfortunately moved away from console. But I can say, doesn't mean we will never do console again. So I see Sean Lorero's also now got himself into the 43s.
Yep.
And as I say that, there goes Gerard Pretorius, and he goes 43.6.
Yeah, he pushes Ruan and Sean down 2 positions. Muad Musa right on the bubble, a 44.0. And I think it's Ruan Heineke, 45.
Ruan Heineke, 43.7.
Yeah, my screen just changed there.
Okay, as we start getting to a crunch time, and Jabulani Madzi van Dondo, 17th place there currently for him. Etienne Mouton, he's also been quiet this evening. And I see he's running the, is that blue or purple? I couldn't quite catch that color. It looks like the blue chrome, or purple chrome.
Purple chrome on the rims, yeah.
Because they look blue.
It looked blue in the shade, but in the sun, it's got a nice candy on it. 11th place currently for Etienne Mouton.
Mohat is now, yes, and that's what I want to see. Look at that, a purple sector there for Mohat in the beginning.
There we go.
So that means he is able to possibly go and challenge for that top spot. Ruan Heineke out of the last corner, slightly down a bit, so he won't improve there. David Farrell. Out of turn number 14.
They look hooked up, the Ferraris do.
43.6. And every time I see David Farrell's name, it always reminds me of my childhood. Because in high school, I was living on Farrell Street.
Yeah.
So some useless information that people can ponder about while they're falling asleep. So we're now down into the last 2 minutes. Are you going to have a go at that surname?
Madzivadondo, no problem, man.
There we go. It did take me a good couple of times to hook up the Jabulani surname. Mark Hennebury, ooh, slower that time round, but this will be his final go. And everyone who's now going to be coming out on this lap will be their last shot.
Yeah, 1 minute and 15 counting. Muad Musa goes over the line. He's now starting his best option now, and currently sitting 6th.
Tyron, I'm so glad I'm able to help you. 44-0 there for Mohat. And I can't wait for Tyron to go to sleep tonight and go, Dylan live on Farrell Street. Who would have thought?
We aim to please, Dylan.
Ronanica doesn't improve, but now, oh, there's still time. There's still time. So these guys are still able to get in a lap. Leon de Villiers, I've actually just realized, is that he was in a BMW last season and has now moved over to the Honda. The Project Cars version of this was actually the Accord, and I loved driving that GT3 car.
Yeah. He's on his official
last
final
lap.
lap.
Yes.
That's it.
But let's see who will be able to get another lap in. So Etienne, I think this is him done and dusted.
Yeah.
He is currently in 12th. That's it. Practice is now officially over. So whoever is on a lap now, this will need to count. So Etienne will remain there. Mark Hennebury crosses line. He stays in 9th place. Just missed that driver behind him. It was Jabulani going into the pits. That makes sense. Mohat Musa, 44-0 there for him. Will he be able to improve? Crossing line, second place there for him. 44.66. Next up, Chris Heineke, and his pulse is fixed, but that's wide. That's not going to count.
43. Sorry.
44.2. You see, 44.1 there for him.
Musta's a 43.660.
What did I say?
44.
Okay, sorry, what? I didn't mean. Forgive me for what I say. I did see it. There we go. Ruan, second place there for him. 43.4.
4. Gee. 43.1, 43.4, 43.6, 43.6, 43.6, 43.9. That's your top 6. Great stuff. Guys did good there.
So
last one. Here we
go. The last round. So only 2 more sessions left for the evening.
Go, go, go.
And in the next day or so, we will be able to get all the qualifiers, find out who has finished where and who will be representing in the Pro as well as the Pro-Am. So, I was about to say, that's an interesting looking Red Bull with an LTR NAG sticker on it. I don't know who that is, and realize that the cars are actually merged into each other.
I saw that before as well, where we had a hybrid car kind of merged over a PWSR car, and I couldn't understand why the livery was so skiff.
So one of the wonderful things that in the early stages when we were trying to get a Sarko livery and a LTR livery is that there was this abomination of, for some reason, the Awesome Racing was taking them together and merging them as one. So it was the LTR colors in the red, orange and that. Well, those stickers, so the decals and all that. But then it was the green and blue underbelly of the Sarko car. I just could not figure out what was happening. So delete all those files and reinstall all of them.
Yeah, it happens.
So some of the drivers we're going to be looking at during this session is Andres Rodeo. Currently our fastest man in all the sessions so far, with that 143.134.
Jason Farmer.
Jason Farmer, most definitely. Will he be able to get himself up into the top 3? There is there right behind Tyler Humphries. Tyler 143.3, so there's still some room for improvement there for Tyler, the 18-year-old driver out of Greenstone, I think is where he's based.
These guys now officially flying. This is their first official flying lap. So we'll wait for them to come around and we'll see the names. We'll also see what colors are going on through the sectors.
So that's quite interesting because Dixon has said most of the drivers are on PC and saw this weekend that ACC got crossplay. But if console players join, it's laggy. That's very interesting.
I didn't hear about the crossplay thing, but I'm not saying it's not. I just haven't heard anything about it.
Yeah, me neither. But it's been one of those things where we're saying it should be happening.
Yeah.
But there was always that. But the thing about racing and first-person shooters is that it's different. So on a console, for instance, the way the wheel is mapped is that on a console it's mapped on 5 points for the grip, whereas on a PC that wheel is mapped of like 16 points of grip. So you can't compare the two in terms of the console, because the console's a, inverted commas, dumbed down version of PC. That, however, was 3 years or 4 years ago. That could very well have changed now. So Tyler 44.0. So still
very quick straight away.
Yep,
Sure.
a couple of tenths off his fastest lap there of a 44.3.
Hello, Mr. Lotus. A 43 point... Oh, no, hang on. I couldn't even get it out my mouth, and Isham's gone quicker.
Yes, so let's just regroup there. So 43.737 for Justin, and Isham 43.6.
4-5. So still a lot of room to improve. I mean, they're over half a second off the pace of the other group, but we've still got 10 minutes of the session to go.
But it does look like the times do get quicker on those last dying minutes. Is
Indeed.
that generally the time doesn't go up and it stays there, because the guys do get quicker through those different sessions.
Car loads, depending on what they've started with, but car loads also dropping, and the tires should be up to good temperatures and pressures, so that theoretically should make sense why the time should be getting quicker.
So here's a question for you, Alan.
Yes,
is
sir.
that if just say you were in this format, because this is very different to how some of the other South African communities would run a qualifier.
Yeah.
Is it put fuel in so that you know that you can do your 15-minute session, or do you go and you drop it, do 2 stints where you're going 6 minutes, one lap would be an out lap, one would be a tire preparation, the next lap would be have a go, put in a banker with that last one, give it what you can. If it fails, at least you got another session, or is it just about saying 15 minutes, just put in those times? How would you approach this?
In my experience, and I'll talk on behalf of my kid Kieran, he will also do this. He will work out based on the fuel consumption, 15 minutes, that is 22 liters, and he will go and do it. If he's that's him. Personally speaking, I'll probably lump in 24, 26 liters and drive it until either I'm out of fuel or the time has run out. I can't go back to the pits and then go back out and waste an out lap. I'll just lap consistently and get the best time I can out of the car. And whatever that ends up at, that's what it is.
Okay, fair enough. So it's rather get enough fuel for the 15 minutes and then just go.
Indeed.
Okay, perfect.
Yusuf Musa on the YouTube saying, if you like the BM, you'll love the Ferrari.
Trust me. Yes, Yusuf, the BMW definitely does BMW things,
Yeah,
where the Ferrari is definitely way easier to drive, in
no question. I
my
agree.
personal point of view. As much as I love the Porsche, is that there's only so much of Porsche, please do not kill me every time I'm exiting out of a corner
Yeah,
before it gets a bit boring. That's an interesting color combination there for Tyler. He went quicker, slower, and a purple Delta.
yeah. Nice mix-up going on there. Also showing where his preferred sectors are on the track.
I just need to
Andres
bring
the radio
something
getting out the
to
way.
your
Yeah.
attention. That lap time.
Yes.
Andres
40.
Rodeo,
You
43.005.
005.
And the last time we went and we looked at this, I said from a sector point of view,
Yeah.
he could possibly get a
42.
143 1. I said it was a 143 139
Yeah.
whatever. So the 42 wasn't on the cards.
Yeah,
Man,
he
oh
did
man.
good. Yeah. Yeah, he pushed that one for sure. Showing very comfortable in the BM, and the car is super capable. I mean, I remember I was an M6 fanatic, and that's how Chris DeSantis and me hooked up together as teammates. And then the M4 came out, and it's how the Ferrari is now. It just made life so much easier from the old M6 going to the M4.
That M6 did sound amazing though.
Yeah.
And then I always found it had very similar tendencies to what I found from the Lexus. Is it took a long time to get that nose turned in, but once it turned in, it rotated so cautiously. It never really snapped up on you, which is what I liked about it.
Yeah, it was like slow motion. It was a lot more. You could control it and you could catch it if it was going. It was a great car.
The one car I didn't quite gel with was most definitely the Bentley. Even though how much I fell in love with that Bentley, having been at the 9 hour.
Yeah, me too. The first one, the big where there were 40-something cars.
That's the one.
Yeah, we flew up from Cape Town, a whole bunch, like 12 of us, to go and watch that. And it was the first time Kieran had also seen the GT3s. And Pepper and that Bentley it was eye-jerking moments. It was stunning to see. And that's when Calvin, I think, was in the M6.
Yes, he was.
And they were at Kyalami, and that was the first time we saw them as well. So that was a good time to see them. That was 2019, I believe. It's a while back already.
It is a while back.
Sure.
So Andres Radio, fueled up, ready to go. So he's only going to have an outlap, a flyer, and then that qualifier. Yep. Will we see that 42?
Yeah, he's going to be praying to have a clean track when he gets onto that flying lap, so he's not going to get held up by anybody. Flip van Zyl currently in 12th and getting a little bit of a tank slapper on the McLaren.
I wonder whether that was just him watching Andre coming out of the pits and just a little momentary lapse of concentration there.
Pretty looking car, man. I do like that. And it's not often you can say a car with white rims works, but that does look nice.
That is the one thing I'm quite obsessed with, and that is gold rims.
Okay.
But that's because of an influence I had growing up. And my love of the WRX STR.
Oh, right. The Scooby. John Drabekers with the mad livery Porsche.
Oh, wait. I remembered. We can do a thing.
Do the thing. Let's do it.
Let's do the thing. Something that I learned that you can actually do.
Here we go.
Oh, wait. Hold on. There we go.
Dylan's doing a thing, people. Look at this. I'd call those fangs, man. Fangs.
Frankie. Kyk hierso, man.
Oh!
Oh!
Tell me that is not commentator camera curse. You tell me, dude.
Yeah, man, Frankie. Let's just go
No.
back. No, let's just go back here. Sorry, Frankie. He's gonna go back. He's gonna watch it. He's gonna go, yeah, man, Dylan.
Yeah.
Kyk wat jy nou gedoen het.
Your camera picked up the back wing and he spun it coming out of T14 into the pit wall.
Oh, goodness.
That was funny.
Stefan Kutsia, in a Porsche last season, and has switched over to the Ferrari. Shame, it was actually Stefan going at our Laguna Seca race, going up on turn number 1, had Paul Fenter on his outside, up towards the corkscrew, was watching Paul, missed the braking points and went straight through Henry Mayer.
Paul the wall fenter who killed like 7 cars.
So you were aware of that race then?
I think a couple of people watched that race.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah. That was a bad one, mate. Sure.
Definitely a night to forget there for Paul.
Indeed, indeed.
So Matthew Wadeley, currently in 8th place. Is he improving? No, so currently all red sectors there for him.
Good for the newcomer.
Yeah, up into 8th. That could possibly a top 20 there for him.
Yeah. Terry Wilfred is also right there.
Just on that cusp, knowing that we are taking through 16 drivers to Pro, and that's because we do have 4 drivers that have automatically qualified due to their previous performance. And dare I say this, that Andres Rodeo, I know that he's just crossed the line, but he is currently purple. And while he is purple, Justin Lotus is currently up 0.2 of a second on his current lap.
There we go. Cameraman's got him now. Let's see what happens.
Wow, that was close.
43.065.
That was
Sure.
very close.
43.005 for Sorodio.
That was wide.
43.065.
He's just invalidated the lap.
He did.
So that's the end of him. We can jump now to Tyler Humphries. That's going to be the end of him too.
Jason Farmer in 5th place, still on a lap. Car number 4.
Okay, so Matthew looks like he's going to be the last person. No, he's going to pull out of that one. Let's go Louis Spiss.
Louis Spiss here in the BMW.
So this will be his a final attempt. Tina saying having a Malva pudding before his last stint. So across
Louis
the line there
doesn't
for
improve.
Louis. Exactly, no improvement there. Emily Bentz crossing the line, does not improve there either, so she will stay 14th. Stefan Kutsia, is he going to get himself into the top 10? Crossing the line, no he does not. Next one is Frankie Pasokvadimir.
Damaged front of the Porsche again. Oh no, he must have cut that. That can't be a valid lap.
Yeah,
he's up.
That's definitely wide, so Frankie will get out of the way. Jason Farmer currently
Jason.
in 5th.
There we go.
It's well spotted there. Good awareness there for you, Frankie, getting out of the way of Jason. Oh, that rear looked like it was a little bit rotatey. So Jason not going to improve there.
Murray Sportman.
So a red lap there for him. So he crosses the line now. He goes up into 6th. So that is
6th.
an improvement there for him. Our last person now is Ati.
Got some nice real sponsorship on this car.
Whoa! Big Cyrus, keep it off the wall.
Yeah, no, he's just having fun. Bierkus, and he's doing donuts. So that's it. Everyone's
That's it.
done.
That is the end of group number 1. We are now heading into the final qualifier for this evening. And as you can see, it is a mad dash to get out onto track.
Tinus Butch is saying he's having malva pudding before the last stint just to get his sugar levels up.
Fantastic. That's the last thing I need right now, and that's to get my sugar up when I would like to go and have a little bit of a nap. Well, let's see if we're able to get Andre and possibly Justin in the chat now. I don't know if you guys are watching, but if you are, maybe let's just be clever about this and just drop them a message.
Yeah, we'll do that. Currently watching Chris Haneke for slick racing in his Porsche, and it finally looks all clean and fixed up in the front end. So it was a very weird session earlier where the car came out and was all damaged. Right behind him is one of the Ferraris of Alpha 1 Esports. This technical rhythm section as Chris slides the car through there. It's imperative you can't run too deep on any of these corners because one does definitely feed into the next. And now busy slowing everyone up so that he can create some space ahead. Tinus Butch in the hybrid McLaren just ahead of him, and Chris slowing it up, and that Ferrari going back to pits. So he's preparing to get going on a fast lap here.
And that's what I like, that not too sure the Ferrari is behind him, but you can see also slowing up, understanding what Chris is doing, giving him the space, and that's exactly what we do like to see.
Okay, Chris about to start a quick lap, and I think somebody's here to have a chat with us.
Yes, indeed. It is Andre Serodio. Good evening, Andre. How are you this evening?
I'm doing all right. And what about you guys?
So listen, I must apologize because in your second session, we had you hedged at a maximum of a 143.139.
Yeah.
And that would have been your perfect one. Then you go to the last session and you hit a 43.005 and nearly called me a liar to say maybe the 42 is not possible.
Yeah.
Oh, it was very much possible. I think I screwed up the last sector. I think I power slid. Which corner was it? Last. I think third last corner.
Okay.
I just got on the throttle too much, and I try to get greedy with it and just counter steer my way through it, but it did not work. So.
Well, it definitely seems like the BMW is something you've been driving for a lot longer than you like everybody else to know. Knowing that you have done the last Sarko leagues in a Lamborghini, but it looks like this is not a car you're not unfamiliar with.
So, I've so
the truth is coming out.
let me clear this up. I have driven it before, but this was like my days. Sorry, I'm just watching this.
Yeah, so that was guys on a fast lap getting caught up behind some traffic.
Yeah, I don't think they understand that this is just the qualifying session at the moment. But anyways, so I have driven the Beamer before, but this was many updates ago. This was before the whole suspension thing and the tires thing. I did it with Moath in the one Enduro in the race face Discord.
Right. Yep.
But that was pretty much it. It was more of a Moath thing, and then I kid you not, for a straight year, Moath is like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if you got into the Beamer? Wouldn't it be cool if you got into the Beamer? Wouldn't it be cool? So I kind of gave into it. I just thought it would be cool. But yeah, I've only done probably one league race in this update, and it was quite solid, and I was like, cool. So yeah, I have been doing like a lot of LFM stuff, but I'm getting to grips with the car still. It is a very nice car to drive, I won't lie. Very, very nice on curbs.
Andre, are you finding with the team, all of them being in the same car, it makes life a little bit easier? Or
it does in terms of understanding setup, I won't even lie. Moath has been very, very kind with how he helps us with the setups.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're trying to convince Charles to join the Beamers as well.
Yeah,
For a full Beamer team. But yeah, no, it has. and I think it also helps with setting benchmarks and stuff, and it helps with a lot of our guys, because the thing is, we all driving the similar cars. We can tell each other, look, this corner you take a bit more curb, this corner avoid it, or whatnot. So it does help.
And just a last question from me: have you guys decided on who's partnering with who, or are you guys still weeding that out and trying to find out who's going to be best with who?
So I think it does depend at the moment. I think we're still in the moment of, or in the process of thinking it out.
Okay.
But I think it depends now, because it becomes a bit of a problem when we are fighting for the championship for ourselves. So, but yeah, I think we'll get to it definitely soon. We always have like some rough idea. We don't really fixate on it because we just operate as a team.
Gotcha.
But yeah, the pairing definitely helps when it comes to strategies and just the general idea of it all.
No, absolutely fantastic. Andre, you are officially the fastest man this evening. So far, we've got Gerard Pretorius, who's a 43.5, half a second to find on a track. I think you're pretty safe up there.
Pelé's on track. Give him. You know, like him and Lotus have been like quite crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. Lotus almost beat me, which was quite mental, because I like put all of my heart and soul into that. So yeah, no, we'll see. I think give Pelé some time, give him some breathing room, give him some space to do the lap, and yeah, we'll see if he can beat it or not.
100%. I didn't mean to have a little laughing moment there on myself, but I've just seen a message from Frankie saying, who's knocking on my wing, causing me to spin? You see, Alan, now he has blamed me, saying it was me.
He's got to blame you. I mean, it was you. You climbed on the back of the Porsche to take a picture of the roof. What do you think's going to happen, dude?
Sure, man.
Commentators curse, cameraman's curse. Frankie, it wasn't me. It's all Dylan, buddy.
Dylan's controlling the cameras. Goodness. Well, Andre, we're really looking forward to seeing you fighting for this championship, and hopefully we can actually say that he is now officially the new leading Project Vapor driver, and not the Mr. Comeback King as we've seen in the last couple of races for you.
Okay, we gotta stop with the comebacks now, because like the comebacks implies that something keeps going wrong.
Exactly,
so
exactly. So we're changing it. We're changing it. So, absolutely fantastic. Really awesome to chat to you, and looking forward to it.
100%.
Good luck, Andre.
Thank you.
Cheers, Dave.
Ciao.
Cheers.
Right, there we go. We got just under 7 minutes here. Muat Musa seriously struggling here. 43.7. He's a good dollop of time away from where these other guys were. So, but it's not over. It's never over until somebody sings. Let's see where he gets to.
So out of turn number 14, is there going to be an improvement there for Mohat, who's crossed the line now?
Nope.
And no.
43.7. I mean, he's days off the time of his teammate. Gerard Pretorius still holding on to a 43.5. Here comes Gerard Pretorius around the final turn, and
43.9, so slower.
It's
hold
43.4. Yeah.
So that looks like that's going to go in the pits, refuel back out again.
I agree. But there we go. He's landed it, and that looks like Chris pulling out in the Porsche. He is. So Chris Haneke coming out for another dash at it.
Sanjan Pillay goes quicker for the session, 43.4. But that's still 0.4 of a second to find to match Andres Rodio's fastest time here this evening.
Yeah, indeed. So yeah, I think a couple of guys are doing what you asked earlier about pit strats. Chris being one of them. He's just pulled out the pits in the Porsche, and he's going to get the tires up to pressure and then give it a bit of pressure. But we see Sunjin pushing right now, and he bails out of that one. He was pushing a bit too hard there.
But there should still be time for him to refuel, get back out.
Yep.
So is that Mark in that car? No, it's not. That is...
It's Mark. Car 21.
A car going out of pits.
Oh no, that's
Tennis
Buerta.
Buerta. Okay.
Yeah,
Still got to learn
you-
some of the new cars.
yeah. The blue and white, it's hybrid. Picked it up quick. Sunjin in the pits. Okay, so we wait just under 5 minutes now. 4.5 minutes left. Sunjin's coming out again. He's going to give it another go. So it's not over.
Well, he will have this lap plus one, getting the tires up to temp, and then that last flyer right at the end. So
Yep.
is Frankie? I'm reading Frankie's messages coming up
Frankie.
on the screen. Is Andre's
He's
time safe there, or will we see that elusive 42? Well, as we say that, Sean Marrero is having a crack of a lap. He is up 0.7 as he crosses the line. 43.5 there for him. So he's now right in the mix.
Look, it's the damaged car again.
So strange, eh?
It is.
Well, the
Anyway.
fact that he's doing that in a damaged car, I take my hat off to you. And look, Sean Marrero did the little Christmas tree again. The green, so faster sector, the purple faster sector, and the orange not so faster sector.
Good. Sure, Ruan and Sunjin close. 43.4, 43.4. And Gerard 43.5. And Sean 43.5. They're closing up, eh?
Gerard is purple by 0.2 of a second.
If he carries it to the line, it'll be a 43.3.
The stupid camera.
That's all good. T12, T13, long hairpin leading up to the pit entry. Got to keep it tight on the apex there.
So if he can keep this together, he's still 0.2 up on the fastest time. This should put him up into first.
Oh.
That's wide. That looked wide.
Missed that whole apex, yeah.
And there we go. Does not improve.
Doesn't. Had a purple middle sector, but threw it away in the last sector. So let's go and see what else is happening. Oh, here's Chris. So this, I think, should be his out lap, or is this a quick lap?
So this is an out lap.
Okay, yeah, he's going to start one now.
So now we can start catching them as they come out of the last corner. Etienne, so no improvement there for him. And now we got
Sean Larrera goes quick. 43.225. You missed it.
I did. So
all
Sean
good.
is quickest. Sorry, Sean, but we'll just give you the moment there. So Sean goes fastest 43.2
With a pretty wrecked looking Ferrari.
Yeah. So imagine what you do with a fixed Ferrari.
Yes.
So Leon crossing the line, so faster there for him, so he stays. I don't know if he went up, but that's a 13th place there for him.
13th. Yep.
Brandon DeSantos improves 48.1.
17th.
Jabulani, or Jabs on our Discord. Ooh, a little kick of the rear there as he exited out of turn number 14. Slower time there for him.
49.6. Sunjin, 43.4.
But
And he's on another lap.
this will be the final laps.
Yeah, here comes Chris.
So Chris might get one more.
Oh, he's missed that apex.
Yeah, so he will be able to have a little reset with 45 seconds left. I think it's just the angle that the camera's at. It looks like that car's understeering. Meanwhile, it actually is hooked up for the exit.
Yeah. Right, Chris starts one, as Dixon says. Wreckfest Ferrari, or Frankie says so.
Frankie.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand it, Frankie, but you can see for yourself that the whole front of his car is hammered. Mark Henneberry here in his Porsche, 7th and stays 7th, the 144.1. Going quick. Jason Landsberg in one of the Astons.
Yeah, Jason actually picked up the gold race face championship because I was in
That's right.
in that class.
Yes.
So that is the end of the time. So this is now whoever comes around the last corner to finish their last lap. Brandon Dos Santos, looks
16th.
like 16th there for him on a 1:47. Jabulani Mazivandondo, will he improve? 17th place currently.
Ooh. There was a good little bit of salsa going on there.
But he does go quicker. A 1:49 there for him. That's Chris Heineke jumping out of that lap. Mark Hennebury, where will this put him? Currently 7th. And that's on a 1:44. Oh, you see that Porsche a little bit squirrely as he came out of turn number 11. And that turn 12, you want to really hit hard, but that little curb just throws the car off ever so slightly.
He looks good though.
That's wide.
That was a bit wide.
That looked wide. Lots of counter steering there for him as he went out of turn number 14. Yeah.
Yeah, no improvement. So, last one, Yusuf Musa. Oh,
so,
there we go.
So that's Yusuf actually stays 11th there.
Right, 2 minutes and counting to this little fun race. So let's see who's going to enter here and what's going to happen.
Well,
this could be some fun.
Yes, we did say, guys, you don't have to race the last race, and that's only because the points are not on. So you will not be penalized if you do not want to partake, and it's only because we understand that some of the drivers have the load shedding schedules that when they do come on is that we do try and keep the racing between 8 and 10 o'clock.
Change drivers, I just want to see how many cars are there, because on the track map it looks pretty full actually. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's pretty much everyone's on. There we go. Look at that. This is going to be entertaining.
So there are a few little empty spaces.
There are.
And I don't think the Hungaroring with 41 drivers is the the optimum. Okay, so 31 drivers. So everyone is still here. Is the right way to do it. But let's just talk quickly just about some of the times. Tyler Humphries wasn't able to improve on his 1:43.3, so that was his fastest time, was his first stint. We saw Andres Rodeo and Justin both going quicker in their last one, so they definitely proved me wrong. Sanjan, he kind of stayed in that 43.2 from his first session and wasn't able to get into the one, so it doesn't look like he went quicker. So I actually can't wait to get the final results and actually see who went quicker where and get that little average.
Sunjan specifically was quicker in his first sessions, like you said. Andres Aradia and Sean went quicker in the third sessions. Right, here we go. It looks like it's a short formation lap.
Short formation lap, correct.
All right, and let's have some fun.
Frankie leading us away.
Frankie's leading us. He was excited for this, so let's see what happens as they barrel down to T1. Waiting for the green lights.
Green light, green
There's
light.
Tyler Humphries already trying to go.
There we go.
3 wide, 4 wide. Look at that. That is not going to work as soon as they start jumping onto the brakes. They're into this very, very tight turn number 1. Tyler Humphries having a massive dive there.
Huge send. Amazingly, no one got turned around by the looks of things.
So a little bit of contact. If you can see all the little markers coming up, that's showing that there has been contact.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris going around the outside of Frankie, and there's a Ferrari spinning in the background there.
Indeed.
This is definitely not the track to have all these cars on.
Guys are just going at each other. Gee. That's Isham, Muad Musa's BMW, and he was having a little bit of coming together, but he's hung onto it and he's still there. Right, into the very single line kind of middle sector of this track. And only the brave are going to try and do something silly and try and overtake through here, but it still happens. Jason Farmer,
I'm sure
clean in a way.
He is very happy that he's getting this run with Chris Hanna
Indeed.
behind him. And Frankie.
Oh dear!
Ew.
Oh, that Ferrari's got a bit of damage there in the background.
So Frankie really fighting hard here in third place with Stefan Kutsia now putting a lot of pressure. And right behind we saw the hard charging and diving Tyler Humphries in his angry racing. And I think that's a pretty accurate
Ferrari's wide.
Pretty accurate name there for Tyler.
Indeed. I actually got that wrong. It's not. It's that BMW is Andre Sorodia in 7th place. Sorry. And I was thinking it's Muad Musa, but it's Andre, and he is all over the back of the Ferrari and the Porsche. 2 abreast through T1. Look at this. Frankie just got completely hijacked there.
The two Alpha 1 esports drivers trying to work together to find a way around Andre. We got Marius Botma duking it up there with Andre Sorodia now as he just closes the nose there.
Oh dear, that Ferrari's gone round.
So that is Stefan Kutsia, who's now dropping down the order. I think that would have a little track cut warning there for you, David.
This already desperately trying to hang on. The Ferrari's gone past him actually, David Farrell, so he's taking a bit of a chance and he's gone through. Mark Henneberry in his blue and white Porsche right behind and following suit. Oh my word, they're all over the place through the middle sector here.
And this is what happens. You kind of get this single file train as you come through the sector 2, heading down the hill towards turn number 12. And
Tinus Buerta in the
big
McLaren.
send there. But
Oh,
all pretty safe.
and makes it.
And makes it. But now he will be on the outside of Ulrich de Jager as Andre gets a little bit squeezed now. The two teammates. Will there be enough space? Oh, big congestion here in the midfield.
Huge concertina effect going around T14 onto the start-finish line. Oh my word!
Oh,
And in the background, I think the Honda's just gone into the pit wall.
that was Andre
No.
Hildebrandt. Sent on the inside. Ooh, that Ferrari is 3 places back. Having a go, going a little bit too
Tinus Buerta. Yep.
and that then allows Frankie
Entertaining race here,
to
man.
go up again. So it is Alpha 1 Esports, Project Vapor and Hybrid Racing having an almighty crack here in the middle. Contact as the
let's see
BMW
a
gets
breast.
pushed by, but he comes back and he's like, no, I'm holding on to this place. 2 wide through here is not going to work.
Yeah, well,
Tinus just able to sneak ahead there.
ew. Let's try and
Just compose ourselves.
compose ourselves a bit. I'm just making weird sounds and getting squeezed and squashed here.
Out in front, Jason Farmer pulling away from
Chris is there.
I'll say pulling away from the pack, but not
Yes.
from Chris Heineke.
Ew,
It's
very
Tyler
far
Humphries
up.
using his last track limits. I'm almost certain of it.
I think he went to Germany around that corner. Yeah, he was in another country. He was so wide.
So that will be the end of the little fun race. Jason Farmer just needing to hold it, because what I want to do is see what's happening here, and this is between David and Mark Henneberry.
Let's finish the race.
How short was this race, by the way?
It was a little 5-minute session just to get everybody's blood pumping before they got to go in
the
bed.
Porsche stopped on the main straight. The Porsche stopped.
Did he run out of fuel?
I don't know. He's going again, but he had
Tyler-
stopped in the racing line.
Tyler's 7th. He finished 7th.
sure. I
So
thought there was going to be a huge.
there goes
accident
Ati in 16th place. Frankie all the way down in 20th, got absolutely swamped.
there. He got hammered. I mean, this Porsche looks like a Beetle right now. He finishes though.
So
Sure.
absolutely crazy. And that's why we don't use the short formats of
I wonder whose safety rating went the highest here.
well, this is the beauty about it. With it being unranked, there was no foul. It was just a little
No.
bit of fun, just to get everybody racing.
The Lexus was reversing up the back straight.
That's actually one of my skills. Is I'm able to drive the car backwards with my rearview mirror looking back, and I can counter steer.
Okay.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning us, my brew, for tuning in this evening. We have concluded our qualifying. It's going to be pretty close up at the top there to try and find the top 20 minus the 4 that have already qualified. I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. A big thank you to nag.co.za. They have put up some of the prize money for the event. So if you do want to go join their Discord, the Discord is in our soccer Discord. Go check them out, or you can just visit nag.co.za. A big thank you to MSR, all the streaming components that we do have. As you can see, the stream worked beautifully, considering we just had the one upload. But once we get the line sorted, we can do the dual stream to both Facebook and YouTube. And then a big thank you to Alan. I think it's going to be an absolutely incredible series, and ready forward to have you as my partner for the next couple of weeks.
Awesomeness. Thanks very much, Dylan. It was grand being here. Good stuff seeing the guys, everybody out on track. And as you said, thanks to NAG, Game On, Geek Out, and MSI for the support.
Guys, we'll see you next week. It is round number 1, and we are going to the Nürburgring GP, not the Nürschleife. And we do have the 25-minute races. We have changed up our sprints slightly. Is normally we would just have the one qualifier, and where you qualified would be where you started for your second race. We've shortened the qualifying, and we've now given you 2 opportunities to qualify, so something a little bit different for the season, so that if you duff it once, at least you still got a chance. Just don't duff it twice. Looking forward to seeing everybody next week. Thank you so much once again, Ellen. And guys, all we can say is till we see you next week, keep practicing, keep racing, and thanks for watching. Yos.
Is all.